Hi everyone, welcome back. It's Moa, aka Swedish Whiskey Girl, and today we are going to try the Lagavulin 11, what's it called, just the Offerman edition. It's finished in Guinness casks for 4 months. It sits at 46% ABV, and like I said, it's an 11-year-old, so that's an age statement. And Nick Offerman, of course, has a character in Parks and Recreation called Ron Swanson, who loves Lagavulin, and I really enjoy the collaboration between Lagavulin and himself. It's just a bit of fun. And I mean, I loved Parks and Rec when it was on, and binged it for a bit. And yeah, I think he's probably my favourite character. I think so. He's just funny. And if you think it's funny too, let me know below, or let me know who's your favourite character. But I am very excited to try this. I went away to Glenlivet for a press trip, so I've just gotten back. So I have footage from that to get through soon to you as well. But first of all, I'm going to focus on the Islay footage, so that is coming soon, I promise. But yeah, I was away for a day, and Cody managed to both break the dishwasher and to get a whiskey. And they have nothing to do with each other, I don't think. It's not like a correlation. But yeah, I'm really excited to try it. Ever since I heard about it, I was like, ooh, this is intriguing. So I haven't tried it before, so this is my first approach of it. So let's start by having a look on the nose. Oh, straight away it feels quite coastal, a little bit oily. And fruity, probably. Very much like seaside, but a little bit of a stormy, kind of cold weather coastalness. Even though the fruitiness is almost a bit tropical. It's almost like pear, pineapple, some apple probably as well. The kind of juicy fruits. Now the fruits are coming up more, probably just because I'm getting a bit used to it. It's becoming sweeter around the edges, so it's becoming more and more pineapple and less apple and less pear for me. It has like a yellow note about that. Yeah, now I'm not getting much of the coastal note. Just smell in my hand to kind of neutralise my nose again. Yeah, very fruity now. From something that was initially so coastal. Only getting a little touch of like smoke or wood, but not much at all. Probably more charred. And a little bit like freshly made bread. I've had a good week, and I think it's because I've changed my nose spray to another one that helps me with the pollen, and my nose has been like really helpful at picking up notes again, which makes me quite excited. Yeah, but right now it's just tropical, but let's have a little taste and see if anything changes. Sláinte Skål. Haven't had any other whiskey today, so it's the first sip. Definitely more smoke coming through, but not initially on the first kind of sip. It's more coming out now on the finish. Not like a big explosion of it. It's just kind of like mild and has a bit of a woody touch to it. But you still remember the kind of fruitiness of it, because that's the first thing I was approached by on the palate. Definitely still some pineapple. And it does have the bitterness of char with some peat smoke. That is quite coastal still. Coastal meets woody, but quite mild for me. I haven't had Guinness in a while, but I'm trying to look for the influence. Don't know the size of the Guinness casks. It's also tricky when I don't have a Lagavulin to compare to. But I feel like the 11 has a little bit more of a bitterness in the middle. So you get this kind of fruitiness, which is quite fresh and clean. Then the bitterness kicks in, and then you're left with the finish, which is when, for me, the smoke kicks in again. Still quite mild. And the memory of it is that bitterness, which is almost like a spice bitterness, like a cinnamon bitterness, even though it's not a lot of cinnamon flavors. And now on the finish, when the fruitiness disappears, it's more this kind of oily, charred, ropey, coastal, stormy, autumny coldness for me, which I don't mind at all. But it's feels a bit different to what I remember Lagavulin to be, because Lagavulin tends to be quite smooth, but it's also probably because I generally have the 16, which is 5 years older than this, and has another type of maturation, or the distiller's edition with the sherry. The nose is still, for me, freshly made bread and pineapple. A bit floral now as well. More spice now. I wouldn't say that the Guinness character is something that comes through a lot for me. I've never had a Guinness cask before, so I don't know what you're getting from a Guinness casks, especially if it's only been in for 4 months, and I don't know how long the cask would have been seasoned for either. But it's definitely an interesting touch to do that, and when I saw the ads for it, I just absolutely loved it. But it's has lovely flavours. I like how interesting it is. I feel like there's different things that kind of develop, and not in the way that I often find. So it's something new to have a nose on. When I don't focus the whiskey on the front of my tongue, so usually when I try whiskey, I try to swirl it around all my mouth, but also try to center on the front of my tongue because I feel like I taste a lot there. But if I kind of make the spirit not touch the front of my tongue and only touch the rest of my mouth, it takes away the bitterness, so it has more of a full body that way, instead of the bitterness kind of peeking out as the kind of dominant thing in the middle of the experience, even though on the first approach you don't get it so much. It's a very fun combination of it all. It has a richness when you do it that way, instead of having on the front of my tongue where I feel like you get more of an individual thing to almost drowns out the others. So I can kind of recommend doing that if you have a whiskey at home. It doesn't have to be Lagavulin 11, it could just be anything, and see if you notice the difference. I've never really done that before, it just kind of happened, so definitely something I'd keep in mind for other whiskies, because that way you can kind of move the flavour experience around on your own. That's quite sweet on the nose. I really like it, and we'll definitely sip a lot of this. Again, yeah, I'd love to hear what you think of Lagavulin. Have you tried any of the Offerman editions? Have you tried the Guinness cask one? What did you think? Or is there another Offerman edition that you think is the best one for you? I'd of course love to hear from you, so please put that in the comments below. And if you want to support the channel, I'd of course be thrilled if you would leave a thumbs up and maybe consider subscribing if you haven't already, or if you would consider using my affiliate links the next time you're shopping with Master Malt, the Whisky Exchange, or the Scotch Malt Whisky Society. And of course, I want to say a massive thank you to my wonderful supporters on Patreon. I'm so grateful to have you with me on my whiskey journey. But I hope you're all having a lovely day. Sláinte Skål!